Alright. I went and filled the tractor with fuel and NetRep, but I got a story to tell you guys. And before I tell you this story, I don't know when this video is going to go up, but I put a video up yesterday. The first time you see the 7810. And there's 3 parts to that video, but so far only one has been put up because I haven't edited it together, and I'm not going to. I don't have time to, and I don't have the deal right now. I haven't even messed with that. But I made a comment about, you know, I have a family member who I'm not getting along with and causing a lot of stressful issues. It seems like so far I've made a couple of videos, 3 or 4. There's always some kind of drama going on. I don't think you'd call it drama, but there's always some kind of silliness going on, whether it's that or, you know, I'm very opinionated about things that are going on. I need to mess with my fuel hose real quick. Live action. Okay. I'm not trying to make videos just solely based around that. It's just I think why I'm so high-strung and opinionated about a lot of things that happen, and I make a big deal out of them, is I do a lot of different stuff. So I have, and a lot of it you don't see, or you just see parts of, I make videos of. And so I have a lot of situations to draw upon that may be on my mind. And sometimes I say things I probably shouldn't, but so, you know, let's start off, you know, I do my own personal farming, which it's not much, but it, you know, it keeps me busy. I do custom hay, and now I'm doing working for a custom chopping company. So, you know, that's 3 farming aspects. On the cattle side of things, I do stocker calves, you know, for pasture or grass. I do cow calf. I do grow yard cattle, you know, feeding calves out, getting them ready, you know, preconditioning cattle, replacement cattle, and, you know, there's the cow calf. Then occasionally I'll do cattle trading, which I try to avoid that. Then, when there's time, you know, both my father and my brother have construction licenses, so I'll help them out. And I grew up helping my dad, and I help my brother now because he's really getting into it. So I think I have a lot of situations to draw from when I want to rant about something, and that's all it is. I'm not trying to make drama. I'm just ranting. But because usually it's like right now, I've been I wasn't by myself, but I've been working by myself. You know, there's been other people around when we're chopping, but you know, I've spent the majority of the days right now by myself doing my own thing. So I guess it helps me to talk to myself. But now's where we're gonna get to this story, because I can rant to you and you guys can laugh at it. The calves that I had out on that wheat, and you guys all seen them. I know I've said several times, you know, we don't, you know, in a lot of videos, I think I actually have a lot of video record of this, is, you know, I've been stressed out, got to get the feed planted, because we're going to put them on the feed, you know, because I didn't know when the wheat was going to run out, because the from the minute those calves went on to that wheat, the whole plan was to do graze out wheat. When it turned brown, we were going to pull them. Well, it hasn't turned brown yet. Our spring was, it started off really good, then it kind of got in a cold slump. So leading into it, it's a lot like cutting the wheat. You know, we were ready to go and we were going to move, you know, get everything planted, you know, get the calves moved, because I'm paying them by the head per day, and I don't want to just leave them there if they're not going to gain anything. But all this hay has kicked off, and as you can tell by my videos aren't that regular, I haven't been really around for 3 weeks, you know, very consistently. So about 10 days ago, the guy doesn't even own the fucking pasture or the ground. He leases it from a family in Kansas. So he doesn't own it, he just leases it, and he planted the wheat. And he was doing the neighborly thing by then leasing the wheat for me to graze cattle. I own all the fucking land around this, except for the county road. I don't own that. But I own all the land. There's no well on this piece of ground. Where that shop is, there's a well there. And so he's like, you know, do you want to graze this? You know, we can put a water tank in, and you know, because I would have to haul water otherwise if, you know, someone else was to do this. And this is months ago before we did this. So from the very get-go, it was, do you want to do this because you have the water? Yeah, I'll do it. We signed a contract, you know, per head, and gotta have, the first payment was due at the end of December, and there was a payment due every 60 days. And this is what happened. The first set of calves went on. They went in, we put them on in like November, December. They went off in January because we sold them. And then we put a set of calves right back on it for real short term. They went out the 8th of February, and because we sold them. And the wheat looked like shit by that point anyway. I mean, it was bad. I had 14 calves left over, and we talked about it with this guy, and he likes to text. I don't like to text business. I think it's stupid. But I put them back on there because they were on there, because we said, you know, when the wheat flushes back up, we'll graze it out. Okay. You know, March rolls around, March 1st, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have calves, and you know, they should be coming in. First set of calves goes on the 25th of March. So we're doing graze out wheat, and the whole conversation goes on about, you know, we'll have them on there as long as the wheat's good. Second set of calves goes on April 2nd. Third set goes on April the 4th. You've seen all the calves out there. It's where I did my little doctoring videos with the pistol. So about 10 days ago, he's like, hey, I'm thinking about planting Milo. And we had a conversation about, you know, how long could we leave the calves on, and he was like, well, I'm going to plow it down in July. And that was our graze out conversation. And then all of a sudden he's like, well, I'm thinking about planting Milo, but I'm super busy baling right now, so I don't know when I can get to it. I was like, he's like, I don't even know when I can get my planter ready. I was like, okay. You know, I understand that. I mean, I knew I couldn't get the feed in time, but the guy I leased all my pasture from for my calves, he had some more dill open up, and we were just going to move them over there, but a couple of the wells are down, so we couldn't move them right away. And so all of a sudden all this hay work hits, and I'm just like, you know, I get sucked into it. Didn't think much about it because he never gave me a date. He's like, well, we might plant it, you know, the first week of June. We might plant it, you know, last week of May. Well, he never says anything the last week of May. You know, he didn't say shit. And so I figured I'd get them moved this coming Sunday, which is like the 2nd of June or some shit. Today's the 31st and today's Tuesday, so maybe it's the 4th, or I don't know what day it is. Yeah, the 4th is like Saturday or Friday. But nevertheless, I figured I'd just get them off this weekend, because the guys I cut silage for, they're Mennonites. They sure as fuck don't work on a Sunday. You know, you don't do that. I do, because I'm a heathen, and so far nobody's paid my bills for me, or else I would love to take a Sunday off. But, and I'm not insinuating someone pays their bills. So I figured alright, I'll do the cattle work then. And that's kind of what we've been doing. We did a bunch of bulls. We took care of some bulls this week. And he sends me this text message yesterday. He's like, hey, when are you going to get these calves off? And I'll actually read you the messages. Because they are, and it'll probably just piss me off is what it'll do. I don't think I'll read them to you. I may show them to you, but when are you going to get them off? Sunday. No, that won't work. I'm like, okay, motherfucker. For somebody who's never gave me a date they had to be off by. Then he said, then I was like, well, Thursday, because we're supposed to be moving equipment. Well, that won't work either. You need to have them off tomorrow. This was Monday, so I had to have them off today. He was going to file a grazing lien against me at the courthouse today, and then round my cattle up and take them to the sale barn to be sold Wednesday to pay that grazing lien, which in New Mexico is legal. But here's kind of where he fucked up on that deal. The contract says I have to pay every 60 days. Okay, the 14 head of calves have been on there for 111 days. I didn't pay him at 60 days because we were going to put more calves on, and I didn't see the point in giving him a piddly ass check when I could just pay him for all of it and be done. Second, we didn't know exactly when the calves were going to come off. It's pretty close to 60 days. And if you do the math, the calves that were turned out in April or in March have been on there for 66 days. The rest were 58 and 56. So we're right at 60 days, you know, really, if you think, average it out by head or whatever. We're at 60 days. Well, this weekend's 5 more fucking days. So if you're gonna be that big of a chicken shit that you can't wait 5 days to get one fucking check, which I've already paid the guy twice before on other cattle, so he knows I will pay him. But he is an arrogant asshole, is what he is, and he always has been. And it really shocked me when we actually did this wheat deal, because he was halfway decent. Well, not anymore. He went back to his old self. But it was just stupid. And then he blew up and he said that I didn't want to pull the cattle off because they weren't my cattle, and I was running them for somebody else, and I was just leaving them on there because I was doing it on the gain. They all have my ear tags, and they all have a brand on them on their fucking shoulder in New Mexico, registered to me. They're all my cattle, every one of them. And he knows that, but he's just being stupid. He's, you know, just being an asshole. But long story short, you know, I'm going to call the sheriff if you move them without me. And I told him, I was like, well, just open the gate, turn them in my pasture. I'll get you a check tonight. No, you're going to pay me before those cattle go off there. So yesterday, I'm just pissed all day. I go home. I was like, all right, come get your check. Well, you just leave it in my mailbox. I'm baling hay right now. I was like, no, you threw your fucking fit. You want your fucking money, come get it. And he goes off and he's just saying, well, I guess we'll just do this the hard way. I'm just gonna file a lien tomorrow. I'm like, well, I took a picture of the check with my fucking phone and sent it to him. I'm like, here's the picture of the goddamn check, you stupid fucker. You know, it's written, come fucking get it. You know, we're taking them off tomorrow whether you fucking like it or not. And so then he decides he's gonna come get it. I'm in Perico bailing at this point. I gave my dad the check. He was like, where are you? I'm gonna come get it. I was like, I gave my dad the check. Well, I'll go see him. I'll get the check from him. I was like, well, he's just now leaving. And it just, and when he saw me, he's like, well, you know, I'm just defending myself because you got really mad at me. I was like, I put up with your bullshit telling me that you were gonna take me to court, and you know, you were just. Yeah, well, anyways, we're gonna see how neighborly we're gonna be in court. And I was like, you know, I told you to come get your fucking check because I put up with you being a complete fucking twat for 10 hours. I'm cutting hay, I'm stressed out, I got more shit going on than I need. I got the guy who I'm supposed to be bailing for. You know, he's calling me, wanting to know why I'm not baling hay, because that pin had broken that baler. So I was like, well, it broke, we'll be there. I got a guy who's going to be there in 2 hours to come bail. Calm the fuck down. But that doesn't happen. They don't calm down. So, and then the chopper broke down. So we were trying to get that freaking fixed. And it just went on. And then he started that shit about how I was just, you know, he said anything he could, and it's just stupid. This is a very prime example of why a lot of my videos have a lot of ranting to them, because I have to put up with this shit on a daily basis. Something's going on. You know, we got other stuff going on that's more important, and somebody has to be a dickhead, and you're just like, oh, okay. I used to get really upset about things like that. I used to just get furious, really mad, and now I just kind of like, whatever. You know, you're gonna piss me off, and